Welcome everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Chris and Tammy here will be your host this morning or afternoon or evening, depending on where you are located on the planet. And Tammy and I are really excited about what is going on with GotBackup right now. How things are evolving, and it's really exciting. Tammy and I are super excited to have the opportunity to do our business online. I know Tammy, you and I were chatting just before this presentation. I know you had a few thoughts on the subject.
Yeah. I mean, we always worked from home. It's been many years, 25, I think 27 years, Chris,
Mhm.
that we've had the flexibility of owning our own hours, owning our own life. And we were talking about that yesterday randomly. We went to the gym as we normally do, and we just said, hey, let's just go to Orlando and do a little bit of shopping before we head back to Canada. And, because of that flexibility, we can just make this last minute decision. And the fact that we do most of our business online, it's such an easy thing to do. And I was in the car sending out links. Chris was driving. And so we're getting business done while we're out there having some fun. So, yeah, I just wanted to run that by everybody who's listening to this for the first time. Some of the huge benefits is really freedom, is to make that last minute decision. You want to do this because you have the resources, you have the time, and you're in control of your time. And that's why we want to talk to you about today's presentation and
Yes,
how got back
and
up.
I mean,
Yeah.
as we carry on here, I just wanted to welcome all the folks here.
Yeah.
Actually, welcome from Bangladesh. Great to have you here. We have MC from Texas. Welcome. We have Mike here from Phoenix, Arizona. We have Andres here from South Africa. Great to have you here. So tell me, how did we get introduced to God Backup? How does all thing started with us?
Yeah, so the owner of Got Backup, we've known Joel for so many years. We watch our kids grow up. I got 6 grandkids, so it's great to keep an eye on each other and check out what each other's up to. He built very successfully in the online world with online marketing tools, and Chris and I. Were always in the network marketing realm of building business through products. And so Joel contacted Chris and I guess it was 2 years now in May. So it's been exactly 2 years. And he was telling us about this new project called Got Backup. And Chris had already used some of his products in the past, and we thought, you know what, we'll have a look at it. It's a service base, and we'll have a look at what it is. And once we looked at exactly what you're going to see today, we were like, okay, we're in. And it was just an easy decision for us to say
Well,
yes.
the fact is the cloud storage. It's what we call the new oil, right? Data is the new oil. And the fact that it's done online, the payments are also issued through different holding tanks. I'm going to call it that, portals that the company puts money in, and whatever country you're in, the money is deposited into your own bank account where you live in the country. So we saw an opportunity that we can empower families globally, because Tammy and I have made some friendship from all over the world, knowing that the economy has been a challenge for many people because of the change that are occurring. So we saw massive possibility for growth and success. And we saw an opportunity where people can actually turn their dreams into reality. I like to look at this slide here as an example of that, where you can see the young family with showing off the set of keys because they bought their new home, going to a vacation where you want to go and bring the family members, the entire family if you want to, or just the two of you or whatever that is for you, where you want to go and not where you can afford going. Right. And this is often a big discussion. And adding new members of the family, we understand today with the cost of living and groceries and buying diapers and baby food and groceries. I mean, it's crazy how high things are because of what was imposed on our economy. So what if that was not an issue for you whatsoever? And the last point here, which I think is a really important aspect, is retirement. We know that a lot of retirement funds have been slashed because of the value of certain equities and stocks went down it's most likely going to go up again, but the time frame as to when it's going to go up may not be good for some folks. So what about having a venture like this that can subsidize that? And that's why we're very excited about this.
Yeah, and it's all about helping average people to live an abundant lifestyle. And that's Chris and I really. I mean, we started like everybody else. Chris had a job. I owned a business, and when we came into this industry, like most people, were like, we want control of our lives. We want freedom. We want to make a decision like we made yesterday, and just say, okay, let's go, and not even thinking about anything else. Just let's go. And so that's what we want to help people to do.
I totally agree. And welcome, Sylvie. Great to have you with us. Folks, the company began in 1997. As Tammy alluded at the beginning where I met Joel, it was around that time I was using some of his services. One is I was hosting a website with WordPress, and that may not mean much to you. It's just a website that, like, I have one right now, which years ago, and that's how I met Joel. And I remember him telling me that they needed to move in the US in an area where they can support the bandwidth. This is like, if you look at a super highway and there's traffic going in and out, instead of having 2 lanes, you have 16 lanes, right? That's the bandwidth. That's what I'm talking about online, where you can support a lot more requests, a lot more customers. And he moved it into a 10,000 square feet data center, as you can see on the picture here. And instead of me going into details here, let Joel explain exactly what's going on in the back end. Let's watch this together.
Hey guys, welcome to the corporate office of GotBackup. Now everybody wants to know, are we super secure? And how do we offer such an amazing service at such a low price? So this is in our tech room. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you on a tour of our server room to show you just how secure it is, and we welcome you into the family. So let's go over to the server room. So the first thing I want to explain to you guys is that we're fully PCI compliant. For physical PCI compliance, what does that mean? It means we're allowed to physically store credit cards in our data center because we're uber secure. So we've passed all the tests for that, and we're legally allowed to store credit cards and your storage. So one of the first requirements for PCI compliance is you have to have 2 coded doors before you get into your server room. We also, as a company, like to have fun, so we call it Area 51. So anyway, I'm going to code this door with my back here so you guys can't see what the code is. Come in this way. This is a simple inventory room, guys. We build servers here and so forth. And then our second coded door is over here, okay? And so we have a coded door here as well to get into the server room. So here we are in the server room, guys. This is where all the magic happens. So a couple of things people ask. Joel, how secure is my data, and could you ever lose our data? So as an example, let's come here. It's impossible to lose your data, and here's why. If you look at this storage array, and we have hundreds of storage arrays in here, there's 14 hard drives across this storage array. 4 of these hard drives could fail, which statistically never happens, but let's say it did. 4 of these hard drives need to fail before we start to lose some data. But guess what? We're not going to lose any data because this is striped to here. This whole rack of hard drives here is copied here. Just the same here. All these hard drives here are copied here. So there's not a single point of failure relative to your data. There's also no single point of failure in the server room. As an example, there's A power and B power. Every server is plugged into A power. Every server is plugged into B power. Also, relative to cooling of this room, if you come over here, you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 air conditioners in this server room. So the air is never going to be a problem. The other thing as well is we're very, very efficient. If you look up at the ceiling, let's come back over here, you'll see vents up there, and the cold air is strategically placed in front of the servers here, so it sucks in all the cold air, and it goes over into the hot aisle behind this wall here. So very, very efficient server room as well. And finally, if God forbid there was ever a fire in this room, we have here what's called a fire suppression system. What this system does, it's just a bunch of electronics behind here, but we can open it up, okay, is if God forbid there was a fire, and in 25 years there's never been a fire, but it will snuff out all the oxygen in this room. If there's no oxygen, then the fire goes out, right? So we don't use water to destroy the equipment. So that's the basics of the server room. Super, super secure and super redundant relative to your data. So the other aspect to security is we use the exact same security as Amazon, as Google, as all the big players, Microsoft. It's patented security, it's military grade, 256-bit encryption security. So your stuff is very secure.
You know what, folks? It's and again, we're not necessarily better than everybody else, but there's so many features that we want to share with you here. But also what's really important is the fact that this is a venture that will give you another stream of income that all the competitors are not offering. So just to keep that in mind. And there are two global trends that we want to communicate with you here, which are very important, because if you want to invest time and money and efforts, you tend to want to invest this time into areas that will be there for the long term, that's actually in the direction of where we're going in the future. So let's cover those trends to get a better understanding.
Yeah, and trend number one is data. We're filling up our devices very fast, and you can see it's almost 15 billion devices out there in the world today, and everybody's on them, and everybody's filling them up. And there's so much information out there today with the AI, and it's just filling everything massively. So that's why this is such a huge trend.
I totally agree. I mean, the devices are more and more and more sophisticated.
Yeah.
And as Tammy stated, it takes more space. Let's look at this here, folks. I know it's an older slide, but I want you to see the trend that went on from 2011 to 2023, folks. It went from 6% to 60%. This is massive, massive. You look at the cloud storage here, when you look at markets worldwide from 2022 to 2030, this is a strong indicator as to where the money is going. Right? The AI technology, the data storage technology, this is what's evolving. And GotBackup is evolving with this. This is what's so exciting. 90 billion in revenue compared to 472, close to $500 billion predicted in 2030, which I believe will be closer to $750 billion, folks. So I'm telling you, this is a really, really, really good indicator. And one of the reasons is our cell phone addictions.
Yeah, true. And we're in such a blue ocean, right? I mean, you see the chart. When we saw that chart, we were super, super excited. We understand momentum. We understand timing, because we've been in the industry for a long time. And when we saw that, we say, yeah, that's it. This is going to be massive, and everybody's on their phones. Everybody uses their phones for everything. You can see some different examples of percentages of why people are so addicted to their phones. When if you left your device in your house and you went in the car to head out to do something or go to work or whatever it is, and you realize you don't have your phone, what are you going to do? You're going to go back and get your phone. Right? Because that's what people do. And, you see people in the restaurants are always on their devices. And yeah, I mean, massive, massive growth here.
It's not always the right thing, but unfortunately, that's the reality of life.
Yeah, exactly.
Your phone is your wallet. And in fact, data loss is a growing concern, folks. 45% of cell phone users have accidentally damaged their phone or lost their data. Think about it, folks.
Yeah.
To lose all your pictures and videos and everything that's in your device that's not backed up, that is very dramatic. 5,700 screens are cracked every hour. Laptop, cell phone stolen every 43 seconds. Here's another message that we got accustomed to.
Yeah. I always tell everybody it's an easy business to do because everybody's getting these messages. You just have to have a normal conversation with somebody, and you got to start talking about phones and devices and what they're using, and if you ever got these messages, and everybody gets them. So it is, it's either you get rid of stuff, take the time, go filter through stuff, and to get rid of stuff that's not so relevant. But who has the time today to do stuff like that? So what do? They pay more. And that's exactly what's happening.
And that brings us to global trend too. We talked about the income and the money. Folks, making more money, it's a very important aspect today. And this is why we love the fact that we are building our business online, right? As Tammy stated, yesterday we just decided to go to Orlando and do some shopping. And that's the benefit. We don't have to answer to anybody that we want to take some time off. We just chose to do it. We have complete control. And that's what we're talking about here. And for that reason, you look at 42% of Americans have side businesses today. Our kids, Gen Z, 18 to 25, right? 62% of them have side gigs. What about the rest of the world here, folks? That's why this is such an important venture that I think can really help you grow a wonderful stream of income. So you can leverage from these global trends with GotBackup. As I stated, GotBackup is in line with the future where we are going together. So let's talk about our product, Tammy.
All right. So here's what you get. You get 6 terabytes of data storage. You have one account, but you can add 5 additional members. When I saw that with the unlimited amount of devices that you could back up, I just knew that families are going to benefit huge from this. So definitely a massive market. And all of this for $10 a month. It's absolutely massive. And what really excited Chris and I mean, this service is absolutely phenomenal and everybody can benefit. But who do you know today that want to make extra money? Everybody, right? So they have a home business attached to this that pay you for helping people. Really, it's about helping people have a better deal and helping a lot of families.
I agree, Tammy. And see, some of you may say, well, what about the big 3, the iCloud, Dropbox, and Google Drive? And I know there's others about there, but I'm just going to focus on those 3. They're all within $10 a month, if I may round it off, and 2 terabytes. Okay. So the fact here is GotBackup has 6 terabytes, has 3 times the space for the same amount of money, around $10 a month. And also you can share this with family members. It's really, really, really cool. And if you look at the yearly package, and again, don't quote me on the exact amount because it could vary from year to year, but you can see here, iCloud, Dropbox, and Google Drive, right? They're definitely over $100. An average about 6 terabytes generally. And we're just below $100 and we have 6 terabytes. You can share this with your friends and family. They don't even have to be in the same house. They don't even have to be on the same planet. As long as they have access to the internet, they can actually access the cloud. So this is unbeatable value. And there's so much more to it. Stick to the end because I'm going to show you how it looks on the back end here and what we offer with all of this. So let's summarize what we have before we kind of do a little demo.
Yeah. So you get 6 terabytes. It's $9.97 a month. You can choose to pay yearly. You'll see that at the end. It includes up to 6 members. And you can decide how much storage you want to give each member, which is cool. And any device that you have, an Android or iPhone, and you saw the quick video. There's other videos that talk about this security. You have a 30-day money back guarantee. So I want to focus on that because once you get this set up, and Chris is going to show you how simple it is. I don't know anybody who would want to set it up and cancel to go back to having 3 times less value. It's such a no-brainer.
I totally agree, Tammy. So I'm going to show you a little video on how simple it is to install that on your cell phone. Just follow the instructions. And this video is available, and I'll share with you where it's available in a moment. Let's check this out together.
Hey, everybody. This is a quick walkthrough of how to install your GotBackup app onto your mobile device. In this case, I'm using the Android Galaxy, but the process is the same also on an iPhone. So to download your app, there's 2 ways to do this. You can either come to the Play Store. On an iPhone, it's called just the App Store, and just search for GotBackup. And there it is. Or we could come to our members area and go to use this tool, and then you will see it here on your dashboard. So again, I'm using my Android device. So I'm going to go ahead and click this, and it's going to take me to my Google Play Store. If you're on an iPhone, it will take you to your App Store on your iPhone device. So I'm going to go ahead and install that. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and open it. It's going to ask you to log into your account. Go ahead and allow all your notifications so it could let you know that everything's being uploaded properly, and go ahead and put in your unique ID. Once logged in, you will be asked to let GotBackup access your photos and videos on your mobile device. Select Allow. Without having to do anything, an Android upload folder was automatically created for me. Neat! If you are on an iPhone, the folder will be called iPhone Upload. Now, depending on how many photos and videos is on your device, your first backup might take some time. So it is highly recommended that your device is on a charger and is connected to Wi-Fi. It is a good idea to start your first backup in the evening and keep your GotBackup app open and let it back up overnight. One more thing I'd like to point out. If I tap on these 3 little lines on the top left corner and tap on Settings, you will see these 3 boxes under Monitor are automatically checked. Auto Upload will automatically upload all future photos and videos taken on your device to your GotBackup cloud. Camera Roll Upload will back up all existing photos and videos that are stored on your device to your GotBackup cloud. And Upload Only on Wi-Fi will only back up your data while connected to Wi-Fi. If you have an unlimited data plan, you can uncheck this. So if I come to my gallery, I'm going to have a slew of pictures from over the years. This is actually Joel's phone, so if I come to my albums, I have almost 1,400 pictures. Alright, so if I come to my app, come back to my menu and click Transfers, you're going to see all my pictures now are uploading. Since this might be a large upload at first and I have a low battery, it's highly recommended that you plug into a power source. So I'm going to do that right now. Alright, now that's finished. We can now see that our Android upload has all been categorized by what year these photos were taken. These were taken in 2021. And this was just recently. So that's pretty much it. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward.
So as you can see, it is a very straightforward step. And folks, at the end of the day, what you can do is you can upload all your pictures on the cloud, just as it was demonstrated there. And you can turn around and let's say you want to delete from 2019. Again, don't delete anything until you know for sure everything is there to confirm that the files are on the cloud. And I'll show you at the end how to do that. The point here is you can delete, for example, anything that's before 2020 and then just keep from 2020 on. So you keep 5 years of picture and the rest are all on the cloud, which you can always bring back on a later date. So that's where it's really cool. And not mentioning that there's another app for you to back up your entire computer, and it's just amazing. So folks, that's the only cloud service that actually will pay you. Making more money with GotBackup is really, really interesting. So Tammy, let's cover the 7 ways on how we get paid.
Yeah, so you can see the ones that are highlighted. This is building the foundation, and the rest are bonuses. So we'll jump right into it. Customer acquisition bonus, CAB for short. That is when you send out your link to somebody. They're curious. They want to get started. They decide they want to come in monthly. You're going to get 200% upfront. And if they decide they want to pay yearly, which a lot of people do, they save a couple months of payments, then you're going to get 50% upfront, which is really great. I mean, $50 every time somebody comes in as a member, and they become ongoing members. And 25% on packages, certain packages, as the company rolls out things. We're really just starting. It's a 2-year-old company, and we're really just starting to get that foundation work done. Once we go into momentum, it's going to be massive. 25% on ongoing customers. So let's just share a couple examples, Chris. So if you had 20 people that came on board and each one of them wanted to do the monthly payment, the $10 a month, we'll round it off, $9.97, $10, then you're going to get $20 on each person. So 20 times 20 people is $400. And you're not limited to the amount of people you can bring in. I mean, everybody needs this.
And then, Tammy, I like the fact that if they come in to $50, do the math. Instead of 20 times 20, massive. It's 50 times 20, right? Just do the math. It's quite interesting.
Yeah. And let's say you have 20 customers, 25% is the fee. So let's round it off again, $10, you get $250 times 20 people, and that's $50 ongoing. And like Chris said, it's absolutely massive, and you're not limited. Every time you're out there connecting with people, such an easy conversation.
And as we stated, there's 7 ways to get paid. So number 2 is the cycle earning. This is really good because that's the back end of introducing people to GotBackup. There's a 2-team tree system. So there's a right side and a left side. You can see that you bring 100 people, or you bring 2 people. You would usually place them one on the right, one on the left to create a balance. As you can see here, the indirect, that's someone that you don't know of. You didn't bring that person, right? The one on the right side there. And that would be someone above you that is sharing the same leg as you, just as you are introducing the direct person underneath the indirect on the right-hand side. Well, that person indirect doesn't know who the direct person is, but they will benefit from the volume. So now that we understand this, let's talk about the cycle bonus. So there are 2 tiers, tier 1 and tier 2. Tier 2 is actually 3 times the amount of tier 1, almost 3 times, very close to. So what are the steps? Well, number 1 is you need to remain active, just like you are active for any of your services like Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, whatever service you pay on a monthly basis to have access to whatever goods they offer. Same thing here. Number 2 is you need to enroll 2 people. One on your left team, one on your right team. That you bring 1,000 people or you bring 2 people, they have to be one on the right, one on the left. Okay. After that, you can just balance left and right. So once this is done, then you've completed step 2. Number 3 is the system recognized that there needs to be 6 people in your business. So that's a ratio of 4 to 2. So that means there's 4 on one side and 2 on the other side. Doesn't matter what side that occurs. The moment this happens, that generates a cycle. The value of a cycle will be based on the company's profitability, and it'll be based on your rank. As I mentioned, there's 2 tiers, tier 1 and tier 2. It will vary based on your rank. I'll come back to that a little later on future slide. My question to you as I'm on that slide is, how many cycles do you want in your business? So this is why you want to be part of these presentations. That's why you want to introduce people to these presentations on a regular basis as often as you can. So the more exposure, the more chances you have of having folks coming into your business. Number 3, this is very interesting. Again, on the back end of the residual income is you introduce people to your business. As Tammy explained earlier, every time you introduce someone to the business, they're also going to be earning cycles if they choose to do the work. So from that point on, you can earn up to $1,000 as a Sapphire. You need to be a Sapphire to start earning this bonus. And I'll share with you exactly how that works at the end. You can see here 25%. So if let's say you sponsor someone that is cycling 100 times, well, on top of your income and your cycles, now it's cumulative where that person you sponsor, you'll receive another 25 cycles, whatever that cycle is worth. Do you understand how this is? You can get paid up to $1,000 and up to $20,000 per person. So I'm not saying that's what you're going to make. What I'm saying is this is the possibilities. So this is really cool. And then from there, you have 4 more bonuses that will come to you as you move up in rank. And I'll explain that to you. The generation bonus, dynamic compression bonus, rank bonus pool. That's when you reach a certain rank, and it starts from the rank of, I think it starts from Emerald or Platinum. And then you start earning a rank bonus pool. So it's really, really, really cool. Now, Tammy, let's kind of summarize how simple it is to duplicate the system.
Yeah. And there's one thing that we've learned over the 20 some odd years of building international businesses and in the network marketing space is the simpler things are, it can duplicate very fast. And we've done this over and over and over in international markets. So with GotBackup, it's again, all about simplicity. You have, obviously you're going to sign up and you go get 2 people. You put one in your left, one in your right. Chris showed you the team structure. And then you go out. Number 3 is do the same thing. One left, one right. And then you duplicate that with the people that you're bringing in. And I highly encourage you not to stop talking to people because, online, people are searching for opportunities all the time. Anybody, as you out and about, you're going to meet people that this service is going to, really impress people because of the value. And we're going to show you stuff at the end that it gives you even more than just data storage. And so it's $20, and that's a annual fee. And you decide whether you want to do the monthly or you want to do the yearly. It's totally up to you.
I
We
totally agree.
highlighted the yearly because most people come in yearly.
Yeah, it's
And
that's
then,
great.
yeah.
We're in 157 countries around the world here, folks. And this is Honduras is the last market that we just opened up. And again, these are people living in these markets that sign up and got backup to use the service. Okay, some are going to be building, some are not, but they all have the opportunity to earn an income and got backup. And the last thing we want to cover here, folks, as we end this presentation is recognition and achievements. So important. And this will also give you a guideline of what I was telling you about how to qualify for certain things in a compensation plan. Now, as a bronze, you become a bronze immediately. You can see on the top right corner of your business as you log in your back office, your rank. The icon will be there with your status. That means that you sponsored one person and got backup. Someone decided that said yes to you. As a copper, when Tammy talked about the building block to duplicate, one on the right, one on the left, that's what we call the copper. So the moment you sponsor two people, your status will change to a copper. That is the building block. That is what you want to do and duplicate others to do. Don't worry about going to black diamond. That's going to happen by default as you are duplicating these steps. As a silver, that means that someone that you sponsored into your team has also became copper. So that means that it's starting to duplicate. It could be someone you've introduced personally or someone that they introduced based on one of your personals. Okay. It doesn't have to be someone that you personally introduced. Then you become a silver. As a goal, now you're starting to build a business seriously. That means you sponsored 5 people and got backup. And 3 out of those are duplicating. So that means they became copper. Okay. Really cool. So now you start earning the bonus number 4 that we talked about, generation bonus. And as a platinum, what's really cool, and now you have four people that became copper, but instead of 5, now you've doubled that. There's 10 people. And for next the 3 different ranks after that, it doesn't change. It's 10 people. Once you've sponsored 10 people into your business and you have a total of 40 people in your team and at least 4 are copper, so that means the duplication is starting to happen, you are a platinum. Now you're moving from tier 1 to tier 2. If you recall in presentation, it's tier 2, you make almost 3 times what you make in tier 1. So you're almost tripling your income with the exact same business that you have just by moving up a rank. Now, as a sapphire, what's happening now is you still have your 10 people, okay? But there's 5 people that qualify as copper. You see, it's not that hard, but there's 50 people in your business total. Now you're a sapphire. You remember when you talk about the matching cycle where you earn up to $1,000 and up to $20,000 per person that you brought into GotBackup based on their cycles? Well, folks, that starts when you become a sapphire. That's how this works, folks. If you do the basic requirements, you start, the compensation plan starts opening up to you. It's really, really generous. This goes to emerald, ruby, diamonds, and the blue diamonds, and red and black diamond. Folks, it's all about duplicating the right aspect. I agree with you, Falera. Data is the new oil. And by the way, folks, if you like this presentation, smash that like button and let us know that you appreciate what we're presenting here. So, Tammy, how do we support here?
Yeah, so this is what I was telling you, all the extra. So you get a personalized referral link. You have actually several different links that you can really leverage from. You have a personalized landing page. You have an email marketing system that's built in for you for free for you to be able to create emails. It's unbelievable. I was blown away when I saw that in the back office. You've got marketing tools. And they're always evolving. So you always see new stuff. You have regular online presentations. Chris and I do one every Friday on our YouTube channel, but we also do one every Wednesday night on the company channel to tap into more of the network. And Joel joined us this Wednesday to share the new launch of the 24/7 autopilot marketing system that's free, and that's also part of your back office, which is super exciting. People are finding it so much easier to build because the tool does the work for you. And then you have team trainings. Now tomorrow, Saturday, on the company platform, maybe Chris, you can put that in there on the company platform. Chris and I are going to do a training to talk about this new 24/7 autopilot system that you could really leverage from. Now, if you haven't jumped on board now's the time to jump on board, because now we're going to get into serious momentum.
I totally agree, Tammy. And as you were mentioning this here, I'm just going to share that with you in just 1 second. And here
Mhm.
we are, and to live, and I will just get to that in a minute. Okay. So at the end of the day, folks, here, this is the only cloud storage that pays you, right? A product that everyone needs. I'm telling you, do not hesitate. Get started right now. If you're procrastinating on the sideline, just let the person know that invited you to this presentation that you're ready to get started, or just click the link and just activate and start your business. What I'd like to share with you here very quickly, as you are enroll and you activate in your business, you're going to see, let me just remove that and replace this here. This is your back office. Okay, you can see your rank, you can see the support. And the one thing I want to focus on is these two links: use this tool and reseller tool. When you click on use this tool, it will take you right here. This is how much of the cloud that I'm using. I'm going to clean some stuff up, so that number is going to change shortly. And from there, what's really important for you to do is to click one of those buttons. This one here will install the app in your computer, so your computer will be connected to your cloud and start backing up your entire computer from top to bottom. I'll share with you in a minute how this looks like. This here you can see in the video. You can click on these buttons from your app, or just go to the app stores, either at Google Play or the Apple Play Store, the Apple Store, I should say. And then from there, just install the app just as it was demonstrated in the video. Everything is there, nice and easy. If you turn around and you click on your main account, you can see here that you can actually just type in here on the cloud. Look, I'm going to show you GBU cloud right here, right? Because it recognizes and remembers that you've already logged in, it's going to show you over here. And these are my laptops. Okay, these are 3 different machines. That's a window. These are 2 Macs. And you can see here that if I click right now, you won't see this button, but folks, it's coming very soon. We're speaking to Joel yesterday, and it's happening very, very soon. When you click on this button over here, it's going to show your entire computer, right? So if you go here on your core, and from there, let's see here, user, sorry. And then from there, I want to go under this is my entire computer. Everything is on my applications, desktop, documents, download, GotBackup, these libraries, everything is here. As I click on these directories, it'll take me all the way down there. So right now, what I like to do is focus on my cell phone. So let's say your cell phone is full and you run the app and it's completely backed up. This is what it's going to look like. You're going to see all the years from, in this case, starts in 1990. Some pictures that I got that ended up showing this date, but I really started in 2006. And you can see here that that's a full calendar month from January to December. So these directories are full of pictures and videos that are stored in there. Now, if you look in 2025, some of you that's been watching our presentations from the beginning of the year, you notice that there was 1 directory here. Now there's 2 and 3 and 4. Now we're in the 5th month. So all of these are automatic because I take pictures every single month. So that's basically what's going on over here. Really cool. If I go into my collaborate and share, you can actually drag and drop directories or files right from your local drive right into this window, and it will start copying files. Okay, I'm not going to do this today, but we have trainings on Saturdays, which I'll point out to you in a minute. But you can see here that these are all the files where I can collaborate with you. I can click on these things and I can go into any of these files. And for example, I can share these documents with you, and you and I can actually follow. You can see a lot of the tools that I'm using to present today. It's right over here. Really, really cool. Now, I want to focus on the second link I was telling you about is reseller tools. This is how you promote your business. So if I go to my reseller tools, it will look like these. This here is in a bit of an older commercial, but it still works. It converts nicely. When you share that link, of course, that will be your ID. When you share that link, it will actually tell the prospect exactly what's going on with this little video. And if they put their name and email, they will end up into your email campaigns. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. We have plenty of trainings. All that's included with your $10 a month. It's unbelievable. Someone wants to start today, I would use this link. Now I'm going to skip down to the bottom here. Someone wants to try it for a 7-day free trial. You can send them this link. They will actually have access to the entire GotBackup cloud and without paying a dime for 7 days, and it can try things out. This one over here is the one that you really want to. Saturday, Tammy and I are going to show you exactly how Tammy and I are positioning ourselves utilizing this new funnel. This one here does everything for you. All you need to do is make sure that you promote this link everywhere for people to see it. And as they click on this, they follow the instructions and everything is done. The presentation is done. Everything is done for you. This is an absolute amazing funnel. That's basically what you have in a lead capture system here. In light of what Tammy was sharing earlier, if you go to this link here, let me just share that with you here. I'm going to put that right into the comment section here. This is where all the presentations that we host for the company here, or the companies are hosting over here. And the training that we're doing on Saturday is this one right over here. I recommend you click on Notify Me right now. Okay, let me put the link right here for your convenience. I'm going to put that in a chat. You can click on this and just click on Notify Me so you don't miss out on the training we're going to be doing. We're going to be talking about all the system and how this can actually work for you, and really show you the work that is being done on your behalf. Absolutely. That's what I was looking for. The work that's done for you on your behalf. We're going to share that with you. So folks, at the end of the day,
10 a.m. Saturday, Eastern time.
Correct. And that's exactly what this says over here. Okay. That's why the notify button will really help you here. So folks, Tammy and I enjoy presenting this venture because we know without a shred of a doubt that if you put the work, and the reason why we know is because we are doing it. We are living full time out of this business here, folks. Right? We've been in the network marketing arena for years. And the reason we do well is because we're constantly on it. We don't stop. We are consistent. We are congruent, and we keep sharing the information over and over and over and over. And this is the reason we have social media and all of these things, where we're going to talk about that tomorrow on how we utilize all the tools available. So we want to thank you for attending today. We certainly appreciate you. Don't miss out Saturday's training, because we're going to show you how to maximize the power of what the $9.97 offers to you. So don't miss out on that. And we look forward to see you on Saturday morning.
See you then.
Yes.
Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye for now.